They say time heals. Liars. Time doesn't heal a man. It teaches him how to bleed without making a sound, how to walk with wounds the world no longer asks about, how to sit still while the fire inside keeps burning. You go through hell enough times, you stop waiting for rescue. You stop expecting footsteps behind you. One night, you understand it. No one's coming. No one ever was. That's when the lesson begins. You crawl or you burn, and sooner or later, you become the fire. I stopped looking for hands to hold. I built claws instead, sharp ones, the kind that cut through false smiles and polite betrayals, masquerading as loyalty. I've been smiled at by people who hid knives behind their backs, watched those I would have died for turn and walk away, like I was nothing but smoke in an empty room. And still, I stood there, breathing, bleeding, letting silence scream louder than any promise they never kept. People think strength is noise. It isn't. Strength is putting your own coffin on your shoulders every morning, daring the world to bury you in it. Strength is not reacting when they drag your name, when they crack your heart, when your soul hits the floor. You don't break, you grind your teeth, you keep walking like the devil owes you money. That's power, the hard kind, the earned kind. No one respects a good man until he turns cold. No one respects loyalty until you deny it. People only understand what you are worth when they lose their access to you. That's the curse of being solid. You carry everyone until the day you finally see no one's ever carried you. So you become your own shelter, your own army, your own damn war. I'm not bitter, I'm awake, and there's a difference. Silence became my answer, pain became my tutor, solitude became my strength. They call it loneliness. Not quite. It's focus, it's clarity. I cut ties with every distraction, dressed as affection. Every voice that only spoke when it wanted something. Every hand that reached for me only when convenient. I trust patterns, not promises. Patterns never lie. People do. One missed call is an accident. 2 is a habit. 3 is who they really are. And I believe it the first time now. I stopped waiting for apologies, stopped seeking closure, stopped asking questions that deserved no answer. If you lost me, you didn't lose a person. You lost loyalty. You lost depth. You lost someone who would have fought hell itself for you. That's your burden, not mine. Real change happens in silence, in the dark, alone. That's where the transformation begins. That's where I became dangerous. Not angry, not loud, dangerous. The kind of dangerous that moves slow, calculates, watches, walks away without a sound and never looks back. Understand something. The strongest ones are always alone. Not because they choose solitude, but because solitude chooses them. Because they see too much, feel too deep, give too much, expect too little. We save everyone. We drown quietly, and the world only notices when we're gone. I'm not here for applause, not here for attention. I'm here because I learned to survive storms that were meant to finish me. People see the silence now, the restraint, the coldness. They don't see the war that built it. They don't see the nights staring at the ceiling, wondering why I kept waking up when everything in me wanted to stop. They don't know the sound of the internal scream that comes when you finally understand the ones you would have died for barely blinked while you drowned. That doesn't make you weak. It forges you, sharpens you, turns you into something unrecognizable. You stop begging to be understood. Stop bleeding for people who never learned how to stop your wounds. You stop showing up for people who didn't notice when you disappeared. That's the shift. Quiet, cold, permanent. You go from a man who gives love to a man who gives lessons, not out of cruelty, out of clarity. There's power in isolation. You hear your own truth, not the world's noise, not the lies people feed you to keep you useful. You start realizing what you were chasing was never real, and the ones who left, they didn't lose you. They lost access to something they will never find again. And I don't hate them. Hate is heavy. Hate is work. I prefer efficiency. I don't speak much now. I move, quiet, measured, focused. Let silence do what noise never could, reveal everything. I rebuilt myself alone. Not because I wanted to, because I had no choice. When the world goes silent and the floor gives way, you learn who you are. You learn what matters. You learn who stands and who vanishes. Most vanish. Most always did. I learned to fold my own wounds, stitch my own breaks, stand on my own breathing. I buried old versions of myself in silence. No funerals, no witnesses, just the work, just the stillness. That softness people loved. It died. Not suddenly, piece by piece. Every betrayal killed a fragment. Every manipulation buried another. Every absence finished the rest. And what came out of the fire, that man is colder, quieter, more deliberate, less available. I don't chase, I don't explain, I don't repeat myself, not anymore. My circle is a dot now, and I like it that way. No snakes, no liars, no tourists pretending to care. Just me, constant, focused, sharp. Let them talk, let them guess, let them write stories about my distance. While they gossip, I build. While they sleep, I rise. While they wonder why, I close the door. People say I changed. I did. They pushed. I shifted. Simple. I evolved in silence, burned in private, rose without witnesses. And the world only realized it when they lost the version of me they thought would stay forever. But forever doesn't exist for people who treat you like a convenience. I don't play games. I don't chase ghosts. I don't beg the blind to see me. I learned to trust myself, trust the lessons, trust the scars. The strongest are always alone, not because they lack love, but because they learned the world doesn't value what it never earned. Freedom, that's what solitude becomes. A clean silence, a sharp focus, a fire no one can extinguish. Let them whisper, let them return, let them regret. I'm far away now, too far for apologies to reach, because the man they broke, he died in the fire. And the one who walked out of it, that man is unshakable, untouchable, unburnable. He is the storm they created, and the silence he carries is the only answer they deserve.